Hiya.
Hello, welcome back. So the subject that we're talking about today is all about the follow-up. So following up really is the key to networking.
Yeah, and it's actually one of my real I got passion for it.
You do.
I think because the reason being is that I actually really love people, which is a good thing when you run a network, but I've always loved people. I'm intrigued by stories. I'm intrigued to get people connected. It's what I've done all my life, and I think I'm quite good at it.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
So
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Right? What is the right way to follow up, and why should we follow up?
So, say you've been to a networking event, and you've been, could be face to face, could be online, right?
Yeah.
So you've had 4 conversations, say 4 one-to-ones or 4 sort of mini conversations. You might have exchanged business cards. You might have known them from before. Try and remember something that they say to you. So, if you're going on holiday next week, just remember that. And then you might just send it a message and go, how was your holiday? Little things like that, I think, is massively important. And I think, because that builds a relationship. And you start that conversation. Now, some people like myself, I got weird memory because I will remember these things. And I just intrigued to hear about where people went, because I'm nosy as well. I should probably be a journalist or something. But I just intrigued about what people do. We love traveling, and, but okay, so you talked about what's the right way of following up.
Yeah, because I've definitely done it.
One of the things is be prompt. So if you're having a conversation with someone in a networking, you say, right, okay, I'm going to connect you with Martha tomorrow because I think she'd be great for you. I don't know where Martha came from. I have no idea. But Martha, I want to hear from you. But yes, so I'm going to connect Jamie to Martha tomorrow.
I look forward to it. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Martha.
Now, do it. If you say you're going to do it, do it. And that is one of my bare. I really, really, if somebody says they're going to do something, do it on the day that you say.
I, on the other hand, need reminding.
Yes, you do.
I'm rubbish, right?
But if you know that you need reminding, write it down, make time for it in your
diary. We are the yin and yang when it comes to this, right? Now, I remember once going to a network company, and I did the follow-up very, very wrong, right? We hadn't long started, all right? We hadn't long started the Cinebound.
I'm not sure if I know about this one.
No, I think you do. So we hadn't long started the Cinebound platform. I went to a network. There's about 20 people in the network. And do you know, and I then messaged everybody and said, I've created a profile for you on the Cinebound platform, right? And sent out an email saying, thank you, it's lovely meeting you, and I've created this profile, just go on the platform.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'm not one of them.
That is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But you didn't think that it was a wrong thing to do because you actually thought you were helping people.
Yeah.
You didn't do it to sell. You just kind of
gave them a free membership.
Yeah.
I give every single one of them a free membership.
Yeah.
And
but it would look to the person like you were trying to sell something.
Yeah.
And
completely wrong.
And people really, really don't like that. So don't sell to people.
So that was my mistake. But it was all lessons learned, right? And these were things that we were learning on the way. And this is why we can do
so one of the things is promptness.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Try and
remember something personal.
Yeah.
As well, and do what you always say you're going to do. So if you've said that you're going to connect somebody with somebody, do it, within the time frame that you've given yourself. If you've got a really, really busy week or you're going away, then say, really lovely to speak to you. Can we follow up in a couple of weeks when I'm back from XYZ?
Yeah.
Those are kind of good, because at least you're given an open question. I think it's really important when you have those conversations with people, and when you have a one-to-one, whether that is in the networking group or outside in just a one-to-one, to actually have a conversation that will lead to something else.
Yeah, I remember early days working in sales. Whenever I went to, and this is a bit like this, but that personal point.
Yeah,
I'm rubbish at names, right? I call people all sorts, but I used to have my telephone directory, right, on my phone. Back then it was Blackberries, right? And then he said blueberries, Blackberries. It's point taken. And whenever I went to a business, I'd always write the receptionist's name down. And I'd always go, And before I turned up to I'm rubbish at names, I've got to write, Sally. And I'd walk in, hi, Sally, how are you? And that got me through the gatekeeper. Because she felt, it didn't matter what the CEO was all about.
Yeah.
She felt important.
Yeah.
And that was so this is a technique. It's not a new technique, this, right? That remembering something just to re-trigger a relationship.
Oh, years and years ago, when I was working as a massage therapist, you had your little card, and we used to make notes on there. Strangely enough, I used to remember it most of the time without even looking at the card. But other people will have, so when they come in next time to have, their massage or whatever, you will remember what's happened last time. And we have this on the CRM system nowadays. We don't have the little card in an alphabetic box, but that's just showing my age, really. But write it down in a CRM system, so you just remember where you are with the follow-ups as well.
Follow-ups. I was thinking, where are we going with this? I felt like I fell down a rabbit hole then. So there's good ways of following up, and there's bad ways of following up.
I think the hardest one, I think, is when people have wanted your service and then you don't hear. And that's kind of can get a little bit tricky when you're kind of like, okay, how many times should I follow up? And nowadays, apparently, people need nudging all the time because we lead such busy lives.
It's like it's not concept.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
And it's you might just feel like you're kind of repeating messages come in. So if you have that person, if you started building that personal relationship, you can go back and recall on things that you've spoken about without it feeling like you're being stalking.
And I think,
hassling people.
I think one of the things about networking, and I think this is really important, it has to be a two-way street. Has to be. Because I've met people at networking and I've picked up very, very quickly that this is only going to go one way.
Yeah.
And I have just gone cold.
I actually had a comment about this not so long ago, about somebody who does a lot of networking. And this is the reason why some of these shows have come up, because I just want people to feel like they can go networking and feel a little bit more educated about how to do things.
Yeah. Because
one person said, I've spoken to this person, I've had one-to-ones for this person, and it's just one way all the time. And that all of a sudden you're just going to shut down on you. I mean, we've all had it. And people just don't like that feeling of being swamped with information about something that.
And I think there is a cultural and age thing going on there as well, though, right?
Yeah.
So, like, some people, that is their cultural and their age and whatever else, and that's what they've always known, and that's the way that they've always done it, And I think there has to be a level of respect to understand that.
Yeah.
But there also is, we're entering a whole new way now of doing business, a whole new way of building relations. People want to feel valued. They want to be sold to. They don't want to be sold at. People want to be serviced. They don't want to be, just a product lumped on them and then left. They want to, it's about value, and it's all about adding value. And I've always had, and I think Mark Wright put a post out recently, and it was what he said in the post, but it resonated with me because it's always been my principle that when someone meets me, I want them to go away being a better person than they were when they met me. And if they didn't, then I feel like I have failed, right? And I punish myself.
That sounds quite big. So I just kind of want to say, because it's about giving a little nugget to somebody that might be able to help.
Yeah, you don't have to change their life.
No.
But it could be like.
And actually, every time we met Mark, he's always given us a little nugget.
Yeah, a little nugget. But it could be like, so Daryl, I'm going to give Daryl a shout out, right? Daryl once said to me, Jamie, I'm about to change your life. And he introduced me to ChatGPT, right? Literally changed my life. I am now a better person because of that.
Yeah.
Because now I have passed that on. Then he's done the same. He's done it several times to me now. And now, actually, whenever I need something, I just go, oh, what if Daryl will know? And now I email Daryl or message Daryl. And he always gives me the information I need. And yet we've never done actual business. Like, good. But
it's about that support.
Yeah.
And that's a good relationship, which will come from the follow-ups.
Exactly. But I have given
following up. I think people sometimes get worried about the follow-up because they don't want to sell. So they feel like they're kind of imposing. I think that's sometimes the reason why people don't want to follow up, or they follow up once and then they might get a response and then they think, oh gosh, I don't want to bother them again.
And that's, I think, that for me, that's actually a big thing for me. And I think you've dropped the key in there earlier on when you said it's about that personal note.
Yeah.
Because then you can follow up without following up.
Yeah.
Then it's like, so how was Rio? How was, like, how's your daughter? Whatever the situation is, and it brings the conversation back.
Yeah. So I think we're going to leave on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So follow up is key. Yeah, follow up is key, and it will be what develops and builds your relationships, which is what makes networking worthwhile. So we will be back soon, and with another fantastic subject. So don't go away, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.